being on the real side, I definitely would be afraid myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I mean, when I say the price is right, it would really have to be right because right now, going over there, brother, you just can't take no chances.
No, I don't.
You have no friends.
All right, let's talk about Crown Jewel is coming up for WWE. One of the first things that I want to bring up before we get into the card is I'm not sure as a performer how crazy I am about going over to the Middle East for a match or a big pay-per-view or premium live event under the current world conditions. How safe is that trip going over to the Middle East? Teddy, if you were still in that company, would you make that flight over to the Middle East?
If the price was right.
But they probably don't have a choice, do they? I mean, the talent probably is told, "Hey guys, you're getting paid. This is what you're doing."
Well,
No, I don't think.
You work for a company, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just that simple.
Yep. I
would be nervous about going to that part of the world.
They've already had problem one time there.
Yeah, being on the real side, I definitely would be afraid myself. You know what I mean? And I mean, when I say the price is right, it would really have to be right because right now, going over there, brother, you just can't take no chances. You have no friends.
No, anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, I just want to be on this side, of the line is where I want to be. I want to be on the other side. And it seems like you're putting yourself in jeopardy for no real good reason other than to make profit. And I still wonder if that's going to happen. But I guess it is because we're only, a week or 2 weeks away at this time that we're recording right now.
Yeah.
Next
Saturday is when we're recording. Sure.
Next Saturday, you're right.
At the end of the day, it's about the dollar.
Make you holla, holla. Let's see. One of the first matches.
I guess so. But
one of the first matches I want to bring up is the WWE United States Championship between Rey Mysterio Jr., who's your champion, versus Logan Paul. Bill, what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, they're fighting over the United States Championship in Saudi Arabia. That's amazing to me. I think if Logan Paul wins, which I think he will, the promotional aspect of WWE under the new company will be raised quite a bit because he's a social influencer, as you know, and he's going to, look at me, I've got this championship. It'll be on all his social media platforms. So I get it.
He does deserve it as well, doesn't he? I mean, because he's an incredible talent. I'll tell you, when I name names from the WWE that are big names to me, he's one of those names. Even though we don't see him all the time, when he comes, he gives everything he has in every match. I've never seen him shortchange the fans, ever.
Well, that's because he wants this. You know what I mean? He takes his job serious. And the other thing, too, you got Logan Paul going to Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Brother, look what you got. These people actually know him as his entertaining career, not as a wrestler. So now they're getting 2 for 1. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So he could be a huge draw there just by himself. But to go with him and Ray, and Ray has a history. So that's going to be huge, man. That's going to be great. And to work with Ray is going to be so great for him because Ray will be able to talk to him, keep him on the right pace. I mean, they're going to have a hell of a match, man.
Teddy, you have any stories?
What if he doesn't understand Spanish?
Well, that's just going to be too bad, Bill.
That's good. You know what? If I could give an award for a future champion, like I did with Tommy Rich back in the old Georgia Championship wrestling days, I would give that champion of the future award to Logan Paul because he's got it all. He really does.
Yeah, absolutely does.
And the other thing too, now I don't know whether to do this, but God, I'd switch that title right there.
Yeah, and like Bill said, I think
man.
that will happen. I think you're right. I think that will happen. Yeah, you guys are right about that.
I'd do it right there. That brother, that'll be one of the biggest. I'm telling you now.
Teddy, let me ask you. I know you worked with Rey Mysterio. Any stories with Rey Mysterio that you can recall off the top of your head?
Nothing but all good stuff, man. Ray's always been a guy that always tried to help me, with my career along the way and stuff. So only thing I've had a chance to ride with him. We've hung out and, with each other. So only good stories is just me and him. Just one nice guy, man.
But were you in WCW when Ray lost his mask?
Yes.
What did you recall how he felt about that? Did he ever mention that to you?
Well, he talked about that a little bit, because that's been a custom. You don't do that, and for somebody, I think it was more of, I don't know what that could have been to make the guy, go against his custom like that, But Ray, he's a businessman. You work for the company, you sign the deal, you do what you're told, I guess.
Yeah. All right. The next match.
Back in ECW, when he first appeared there, feuding with Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera, Atlas Security threw him out of the dressing room. Dude, what are you doing? Some of the people back there, he wasn't wearing his mask, and they thought that he was a fan. He looked like he was 15 years old. Yeah. Without the mask.
He looks like that now.
Yeah. He still does. Yeah.
He does have a baby face, a real baby face. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the wrestling sense. I mean in the, just the natural baby face look.
Right.
I think when he goes in to buy beer, they still card him now.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I guarantee you they do.
All right, our next match on the card is the WWE Women's World Championship. Now, that is Rhea Ripley, your champion, versus Nia Jax, versus Zoe Stark, versus Shayna Baszler, versus Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea Ripley's got her hands full that night, Bill.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley retains. Rhea Ripley right now has become a household name on Raw and SmackDown.
Yep.
And her skills, not just in the ring, her skills in the ring are really, really good, but her character skills on the microphone and working with other wrestlers are totally, totally amazing.
I like her too, man. She's really, been tremendous in the ring, man, and I had a chance to meet her too. She's great attitude, man, real nice person, man. So she's gonna go a long way in this business, man. God bless her. And I tell you, they got my girl Nia Jax. That's my baby mama.
Yep.
And
love her. I love her.
That's news to her.
I always mess with Nia when I see her. I'm always messing with her and what's the girl? Kayla Sparks. Yes. Those are my two baby mamas. So and
Kayla Sparks, those of you who do not know, has been on WWE and AEW. She's an independent talent that's really phenomenal. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Nia Jax has got a gorgeous face. She really does.
Oh, she does.
With her,
she is beautiful. I'm telling you, man. I love her to death, man.
All right. So, Teddy, who do you think is going to win this match?
Well, you got a lot of women there, and they all are talented. And I mean, they all worked. I've seen them all, and they all work their butts off. Boy, this is just going to be a big brawl here. So I don't really know, and I would, and I'm going to say I would go with Nia, not just because, I'm in love with her, but I mean, just to look at it, and to be on the real side, I think Nia is going to come on out, be our champion.
Hey, Nia.
Well, remember, they don't have to pin Rhea Ripley. Anybody can pin anybody.
Yeah, she can lose her belt no matter who pins who. Yeah. And Nia Jax, a little quick message. Teddy needs your digits. Just give me a call. I'll make sure he gets those numbers. He probably already got
listen. I don't need you to ask for me. I can ask for myself. Every time I see Nia, I tell Nia the same thing all the
time. I did an interview with her that's on WrestleBinge here. So
yes, and she's a sweet person
too. Yes, she
really
is, man.
is.
I met her before she even got a chance to come to the big time. I was working with Luke Gallows and those guys back in the day. It was before they became Laredo, or it was something else. And she was at one of the indie shows that night with Luke Gallows, and that's where I first met her at, man.
That's probably the WrestleAmerica shows.
That's what they were.
Yep. All right, the next match on the card is for the WWE World Championship. That's Seth Rollins, your champion, versus Drew McIntyre. I think Seth Rollins will walk away the winner again. Bill, what do you think?
Can you announce that properly? It's for give me that.
It's for the WWE World Championship match.
Perfect. That's perfect. Seth Rollins will retain the title in probably one of the hardest worked matches either he or Drew McIntyre have had.
Yeah, I agree with Bill. You know, I think Seth will certainly come out on top, but boy, you're gonna see a good match there. I'm telling you right now. And those two guys don't mind entertaining you. They don't mind giving you all they've got. So that's gonna be a great one.
All right, the next match on the card, guys. This is a big one here for me, I think. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. No titles on the line. It's just a grudge match between the two. What's your thoughts, Teddy?
Well, I want to say something about that too. I watched last night, and I saw at the finish right there where Finn Balor run down and caused the screw job, whatever. To me, you know, I like the finish was all right, but you want to do it a little better than that, because I think, to me, now this is just my opinion, okay, when it's time to go, Finn Balor's standing there, he's waiting. So just as Damian, gets the guy that go up for this finish, Finn needs to be running. He needs to be coming right away. So by the time he gets there, he comes right up to the ring, puts one foot in. Now the referee goes to him. You can't send the referee to Finn Balor and wait on him to run down and get in the ring. I just don't see that happening. It has to do with timing. So I'm saying Finn should have put one foot in, referee goes down one, looks, now he stops, goes straight over to Finn. Now they get into this little deal over here. They do the deal behind his back, and the referee don't have to worry because Finn is his eyes. He can tell him everything that's going on, so he never has to turn.
Right.
So I just think that should have been a little bit more tighter. But to have the referee stand and wait on the guy because I see somebody running, here they come. Well, okay. What about it? They ain't in the ring?
Now, I did notice that Cody saved a spot of the match where they were going to nail his ankle or his foot, whatever they want to call it. And they couldn't get the chair to sit up. So Cody took his foot and pressed it against the chair to the metal to make sure it stayed where it needed to be. And those are just little things. But, yeah, it should have been taken care of without Cody having to actually do it.
And to add to that, I'm glad you brought that up about Cody. When you saw Cody coming, Cody's running with an injured ankle, but I'm still dragging. I'm still, you know what I mean? But that's telling me this guy's trying to get there. You know what I mean? He's telling that story. So you're right.
That's
Cody,
what his father did. His father was known for that. Dusty would have a broken arm or his head all bandaged up, and he got to that ring no matter what it was.
Brother, I learned so much from Dusty. Dusty gave me my first job. I'm telling you, I worked with that man. Brother.
Yeah, and I do see a lot of the old Dusty Rhodes stories taking place with Cody. You can see it happening where they're taking elements of the old Dusty stories and putting them in Cody's story. And I like that because for those of us who remember, we know what we're seeing, and it's kind of cool to watch that. And for the young fans who've never seen it, it's really good. Right. So it works for everybody.
Exactly. Cody wins with an assist or afterwards from an Uso. That's what.
Or does he lose because of an Uso?
No, Cody's going to win. Right. Cody's going to win.
Teddy, what do you think?
I agree. I think Cody's going to win too.
I do too. All right, let's see your next match.
Now you want to say you do too after me and Bill don't agree with you.
Right.
Well, no, I just don't think it's Damian Priest's time. And he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. My ears hurt now. Let's see. Your next match is the undisputed Universal Championship, and that is Roman Reigns versus L.A. Knight. Teddy, what do you think?
That's going to be super good and super entertaining, okay? So now you got two guys that can wrestle plus entertain you. Yep. So that's going to be just absolutely fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Roman Reigns, but L.A. Knight's going to get a great reaction. He's going to work with the crowd. L.A. Knight, and it's going to be electrifying match, but I don't see L.A. Knight. If we were looking at this statistically, like it was a boxing match or something, I don't think L.A. Knight is at the level of Roman Reigns yet.
Do you think, and I've seen people knock this around online, so I'm going to bring it up, but some people think L.A. Knight might be a one-hit wonder. Do you feel that way about L.A. Knight? I feel like sometimes when you listen to the crowd, sometimes they're really behind him, and other times they're kind of, a little warm, but not overly excited. Is it just too early, or is he going to become a one-hit?
It's too hard to tell.
And another thing, it's too early. They really don't know what they really want to do with him yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's it's going to take time, and once they figure out what his spot's going to be, and then they're going to start building him to the people, then we'll find out, will he be a one-hit wonder then?
He doesn't need a title. He doesn't need a title.
No.
He's over with the fans. That's the title.
And that's another thing why I say that makes you really good when you're an entertainer plus wrestler. See, some guys are just wrestlers; they can't entertain, so the title would help them.
Yep.
So you see what I mean? So he don't, like Bill says, he don't need the title.